Do not go down there! Turn! Maya, can you hear me? Swim back up! It's a trap!
Where humans were never meant to go. Welcome to the Forbidden Zones.
The world's oceans are so underexplored that if you dive deeper than 3,500 meters, there is a very real chance of discovering a species completely unknown to science. There is also a good chance you will find human debris and garbage. Oceans cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface, with an average depth of 3.7 kilometers. And since sunlight can only penetrate the top 100 meters, darkness reigns deep underwater. Think about that for a moment. Since most of our planet is covered by water, it means that the vast majority of the Earth exists in total, unbroken darkness. Water in the oceans accounts for almost 96% of all water on Earth. In fact, the total amount of fresh water on our planet is so minuscule that if it were spread evenly over the surface of the oceans, it would form a layer barely 1.25 meters thick. 94% of all living species on Earth call the water home. That means all of us living on dry land belong to a very, very small minority. So what mysteries lurk in these hidden depths? The deeper we go, the more alien it becomes. It is often said that we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about our own ocean floor. Lack of light and crushing pressures have kept this realm hidden, at least until now. Today, we embark on a journey into the ultimate abyss. We will witness the world's most treacherous waters, descending through Earth's most extreme oceanic zones to uncover what truly lies at the bottom of the world. Earth's surface seas present their own terrifying perils. First, the Drake Passage, the deadliest maritime graveyard on the planet, where 40-foot rogue waves collide with unrelenting Antarctic gale winds. Second, the North Sea, bitter, shallow, and notoriously volatile, famous for sudden, violent swells that have swallowed countless vessels whole. Descending beneath the surface, at 40 meters, breath-hold pearl divers hit their absolute physical threshold. Beyond this point, the sheer weight of water forces air out of human lungs. This is the absolute limit for recreational diving. At 200 meters, we reach the edge of the sunlight zone. 90% of all marine life lives above this line, where sunlight still fuels massive blooms of phytoplankton, sustaining krill, schooling fish, and giant whales. As we dive deeper, light fades, and life thins out. We enter the twilight zone. At 332 meters, we reach the world record for deep scuba diving. No human has ever descended deeper on scuba equipment without a pressurized submersible. Here lies our third dangerous sea, the Sargasso Sea and the Bermuda Triangle, a deceptive, windless expanse trapped within swirling Atlantic currents, plagued by sudden ocean fog and compass anomalies. At 565 meters, we reach the maximum recorded dive depth of the emperor penguin. Down here, photosynthesis is impossible. There is no vegetation. The few fish that drift through these depths are not here by choice. They are hiding in the shadows from apex predators. Fourth, the Black Sea anoxic zone. Below 150 meters, oxygen vanishes entirely, replaced by toxic hydrogen sulfide. In this dead water, wood cannot rot, preserving ancient ghost shipwrecks intact for thousands of years. At 1,000 meters, we reach the end of the twilight zone. Less than 1% of sunlight remains. To survive, creatures generate their own bioluminescent light to hunt and defend themselves. Among them are siphonophores, colonial organisms stretching dozens of meters along a single shared digestive tube. At 1,027 meters, we cross the maximum depth record for military submarines, entering the midnight zone, where absolute darkness takes over. Food is exceedingly scarce here. Most creatures do not hunt. They drift silently, feeding on marine snow, a continuous blizzard of organic debris falling from the sunlit surface. At 2,200 meters, giant squid and sperm whales clash in brutal, unseen deep-water battles. Here, the anglerfish uses a glowing lure powered by symbiotic bacteria to draw prey into its needle-sharp jaws. Fifth, the Red Sea brine pools. Superheated, hypersaline underwater lakes resting directly on the seafloor, completely devoid of oxygen, instantly killing any marine life that wanders in. Sixth, the Daikoku volcano. At just 414 meters, it holds an underwater lake of pure, molten sulfur, boiling at 187 degrees Celsius. 7th, hydrothermal black smokers. Superheated mineral chimneys blasting fluid into the icy water at 450 degrees Celsius. Under hundreds of atmospheres of pressure. At 6,100 meters, transcontinental fiber optic internet cables rest on the abyssal plain. Over 90% of the ocean floor sits around 6,000 meters deep, the conditional floor of our world. 8th, the Puerto Rico Trench. Plunging 8,376 meters into the Milwaukee Deep, this violently active subduction zone is capable of triggering devastating tsunamis. Underneath, a massive gravitational anomaly warps the ocean surface and disrupts navigational instruments. Yet even here, robotic probes have discovered translucent sea cucumbers and swarms of amphipod crustaceans thriving on the abyss floor. 9th, the South Sandwich Trench in the sub-Antarctic, plunging over 8,000 meters into freezing, volatile currents. 10th, the Kermadec Trench in the South Pacific, descending over 10,000 meters. Here, extreme conditions give rise to deep-sea gigantism, where amphipods grow to an astonishing 34 centimeters long. 11th, the Java Trench in the Indian Ocean, a highly active tectonic fault responsible for some of the deadliest earthquakes in human history. And finally, the 12th and deepest place on planet Earth, the Mariana Trench, formed 180 million years ago as the Pacific Plate was forced beneath the Philippine Plate. This colossal crescent canyon spans 2,500 kilometers, more than 5 times the length of the Grand Canyon. Within it lies the Challenger Deep, descending nearly 11,000 meters, alongside the Serena Deep at 10,809 meters. Because the Earth bulges at the equator, the bottom of the Challenger Deep is actually farther from Earth's core than the shallow seafloor of the Arctic Ocean. For decades, the bottom was thought to be an uninhabitable wasteland. But in 1960, Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh descended nearly 11 kilometers in the bathyscaphe. Trieste. Catching a glimpse of a flatfish through the murky silt. In 1995, the robotic probe, Kaiko, retrieved living single-celled organisms from the trench floor. By 2011, scientists discovered giant foraminifera, measuring 10 centimeters wide, colossal for a single cell. In 2012, explorer and filmmaker James Cameron made his historic solo dive in the deep-sea Challenger, collecting hundreds of previously unknown species. At 8,100 meters, cameras captured the Mariana snailfish, the deepest living fish on Earth. Scaleless and translucent, it endures thousands of tons of crushing pressure, completely free of natural predators. Meanwhile, in the Kermadec Trench, the discovery of the deep snailfish, Nodoliparus kermadescensis, and the shallow water pearlfish at 8,300 meters continues to baffle marine biologists. As deep-sea technology accelerates, our understanding of these hostile environments deepens. In 2020 alone, 6 manned expeditions reached the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Yet, our journey has uncovered only a fraction of what lies beneath. In the vast, silent darkness of Earth's ocean abyss, the greatest discoveries are still waiting to be found.
Maya, no!